Hey everyone, I'm Mike Gillette. My last video, which was about focus, well, it was not really about focus. It was using this idea of focus or concentration to address a larger issue, which was simply, the use of language. If you haven't seen that, I encourage you to go back and take a look at that. But because I presented a video on focus, I got some questions about focus and, well, how is it, Mike, that you approach focus or define focus or work on focus? Well, I'll go for the easy question, which is, how I sort of characterize what focus is. And when we're talking about focus, just to try to get all of us on the same page, I look at it as the result of directed attention. It is when you can sort of command your mental resources in a particular way so that you are focused, if you will, on the things that you want to be focused on. And conversely, you don't find yourself becoming focused on things that you don't want to be focused on. So um, perhaps even a simpler way than that is looking at it in terms of, focus is having the thoughts in your head that you want and not having the thoughts in your head that you don't want. So what you've got is what you want. What you've got is something that you feel is useful to you. A lack of focus, or when people talk about losing focus, is when additional distracting thoughts enter their head, thoughts that are not helpful, thoughts that sort of obscure the original intent, that original target. So focus is not this on-off thing that I was speaking of in the previous video. It's more of a gradient-based commodity. It is a thing that occurs along a spectrum. We either have more of it, we have less of it, which I do believe. And if we think of it in terms of when you are focused, you have what you want. You have the thoughts you want. You don't have what you don't want. It's pretty simple. And if you are lacking focus, what you have is an abundance of thoughts, some of which you may want, but some of which are not providing any help to you whatsoever. So it's a simple way of looking at focus, having what you want, not having what you don't want. And focusing on what it is that you want is always helpful. And it's can be a challenge. It's actually easier for the mind to sort of default in the direction of what you don't want. It's easier to sort of key in on the distractions in many cases. So it does take practice to focus on what you want, to direct your attention to what you want. So work on that. That's what's helpful. Work on focusing on the things that you want to focus on.